Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Many of you have asked me about the papers I use for my sketches. So here are my papers, here are the papers I use. I shared this with you. There are three kind of papers, or three different papers with slightly differences. The first one is a marker paper. The classical marker paper is a layout marker. Canson is a very traditional marker paper brand, and this paper is bleed proof. It means that everything you draw here, it won't bleed through the paper to the next sheet of paper, so you can be really confident about applying marker and not getting the marker on the other side. So this is really good. It dries fast, this paper. Doesn't keep the ink too much fresh, too much time. So you have to, if you want to blend a little bit, it's difficult, but you can do it. You have to work really fast. However, what I most like of the paper is the marker colors get really bright on this paper. This is a very beautiful white paper, very smooth. I like it very much. You can overlap, put 1, 2, 3 layers of markers, and this is nice. It's gonna look really sketchy. It's gonna look fresh. It's gonna look a really nice marker sketch. The marker line is part of the technique. So if you see these strokes, these marker strokes, that's really nice. So this is the paper I use most of the time. There are different brands, different sizes. This is a A4 size. I usually sketch over an A3 size. This is a different brand, Firenze. It's a marker, it's 70 grams as well as this. You can put the paper through a printer, you can put the paper through a photocopier, and you don't have any problem with that. Also, there is another brand, Winsor Newton, with the same paper, more or less, same characteristics. However, Winsor Newton makes this different paper, marker paper, which I have done some sketches here, which, as you can see, there is a different mark or different stroke of the marker, because this paper keeps the ink wet longer time. So what happens is that you can blend colors. If you want to give let's say a watercolor style, you can do it with this. You can, for instance, apply a darker value, get a lighter one, just pick a little bit of the darker and blend it. Again, you can put a little of one value, get a different value, usually lighter, and you can have this kind of mark. So it's up to you. Many people like having this characteristic. to blend colors, to blend values, that's fine if you want to give this watercolor style. And then there are other papers that are called 100% pure rag marker paper. And these papers are kind of a layout paper. They are thinner and they are not bleed proof. So whenever you work in a paper like this, you have to be careful. You have to be careful to place another paper underneath, because the ink is gonna get through. Now it's thinner, so it's a layout paper, so you can place your ink or your line drawing underneath, and you can copy it. This paper keeps the ink. It's kind of between the other two. It keeps the ink a little bit, so you have time to blend it. You have time to blend the values. Not as much as the Winsor Newton marker paper that we saw, but you can do it. If you work fast, you can blend it. As with many papers, you can work in layers and build up the value of your drawing. So these are really mostly the papers I use. As I was saying, the marker paper, usually Canson, Copic, or this Winsor Newton, the black one, or this Firenze is the same. Then there is the other Winsor Newton, and then there is the layout paper, 100% pure rag paper, marker for marker, which they are also very effective. This is all the paper I can recommend. For sure there are many others, but this is the ones that I got used to work with, and they are really good for sketching with markers. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't done it, and share it. And thank you, and see you in the next video.